Howdy y'all, and welcome. Today we are here at King's Dominion. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today.
Yeah.
King's Dominion recently has been really well known for its food, but I think some people are unaware of that. There's a lot of good food here that you normally don't think of when you go to an amusement park or a small little theme park like King's Dominion. When you think of good food, you think of Universal and Disney, but you'd be surprised at what a company called Cedar Fair has been able to do at their parks, and King's Dominion is one of them. So today, we are going to do a challenge of doing every single restaurant at King's Dominion.
Yeah.
We want to mention a couple things. We're not going to include snacks. We'll let you know what's at them, but we're not going to do like little shops that have snacks, stuff like that. We're also not going to do third-party vendors, with the exception of maybe Boardwalk. If we feel like it, we'll do Boardwalk.
Yeah.
We'll at least mention them, because there are a couple of third-party vendors, but Cedar Fair, the company that owns King's Dominion, has been doing away with third-party vendors for the most part at most of their parks, which in my opinion makes it a little bit more unique. So come along with us. We're gonna at least eat a single meal at every single restaurant here at the park. Yep. You may see a different couple footages because obviously we're not doing this all in one day. No. But still, come along with us. We're gonna show you what is basically at every single restaurant, what you can find here, because there's a lot of good stuff here.
There really is.
First thing I want to mention here is for all your coffee lovers out here. There is a coffee place right at the front of the park. There's the front entrance. You just come right this way. It is Starbucks, and it is going to be just slightly pricier than your typical Starbucks you get outside. But if you're really looking for that coffee fix in the morning when you need to come to the park, this is right here. So if you are brand new to King's Dominion, their main plaza right here is called International Street. It's very similar to Kings Island. Have you ever heard of Kings Island? I think Canada's Wonderland is very similar too. But basically, each little section is kind of themed to different countries. Somehow, the front is themed to Britain. Over here where we got Starbucks earlier is Germany. We got Switzerland down here, and then we got Spain and Italy. Spain has our first restaurant that we are going to talk about, Border Burritos. This is a Hispanic themed style, more Mexican really, but I guess we'll consider it Spain. It's got burritos, it's got special taco bowls and stuff like that, and like Chipotle bowls. So we're gonna go in, get our first meal today here. So I got the burrito basket, and it's basically like the way Border Burrito works is very similar to a Moe's or Chipotle, where you ask what you want and then you put any toppings on it. So I got chicken with a bunch of other stuff on it. So we're gonna go ahead. Let's first go ahead. You get chips as a side, and they're very crispy and very flavorful, very fun chips. So as you can see, structure-wise, the burrito is all over the place, and that's something that goes without saying when you go into Border Burrito, because you know, hand make the burritos right then and there. So just be advised, the more that you put into your burrito, the more it may eventually look like this, and it's structurally going to eventually fall apart. I'd recommend a fork and knife later on, but we'll go ahead. We're going to get a lot of guacamole right here. It is really good. There's a lot of great food and great quality here, so you're not going to go wrong. And just the stuff in there is just really fresh, really tasty, and it's seasoned really well too. Brian got another unique thing that you can get here at Border Burritos.
We've got the Southwest Burrito Salad. I call it the crispy bowl. That's kind of a slang term for my people. It's extraordinary, my friends. There's a lot of inferior food options in the world, but to me this is not only an incredible product here at the park, but it's one of my top menu options on Earth, on the face of this planet. And I got the chicken with the queso and guacamole is included. Just an extraordinary creation.
That's one of the nice things about Border Burritos, is that nothing is an upcharge. So if you want guacamole on your salad or on your burrito, it will not cost extra. Same with queso. The only time it is going to cost extra is if you want it as a dip for your chips. Just be advised about that. So once again, you can get this on the burrito and it's not going to be an extra charge, or at least it wasn't one, because we also have the dining plan, which is definitely recommended when coming to the park. At least for this all comes on the meal plan. It is wonderful stuff. So this is not open today, but it is also a place that I definitely recommend. We will not be checking out, but this is a really good place to just get your sweets. So this is the ice cream place, where they have classic floats like root beer floats. Last year, I don't know if they have it this year because I haven't seen this open yet, but last year they had a special King's Dominion shake that was really good. It was like a strawberry cheesecake sort of thing, but really good. You can get your soda floats here, ice cream, and it's scoop ice cream, not soft serve. But good stuff if you're looking for a sweet and fix. Over here on the other side of International Street, we have a Cinnabon. It's one of the first third-party vendors we thought we would stop and take notice at. You can find a lot of Cinnabons at like malls and stuff like that. I personally never seen them like on their own, but you can definitely find them at malls, and they're here too. Typical cinnamon rolls, but there's also some other sweets in here as well, especially at the candy shop, which Kings Dominion is very well known for their candy apples. In fact, a whole grove, whole Midway is themed after their candy apples. So I actually recommend getting a candy apple here, and I think it's something that we'll get later on today as a little sweet treat. Up next is Grain and Grill International Kitchen. This is kind of the restaurant that really started to put into motion of the food quality here at Kings Dominion. This was originally going to open in 2020, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this got pushed until 2021. And it is a phenomenal restaurant, and it's my personal favorite in the park. And so we're gonna go check it out now. We got a bunch of stuff that we want to show you in here. So there's a bunch of us here that are gonna get different meals, but there's a lot of good stuff here that you'll be shocked is served at a theme park. So I really wanted to kind of bring home kind of the specialty that is Grain and Grill. So for here, you can get one entree, which is usually going to be some sort of meat, but they do have a vegetarian option, and then one side. So here I got the crispy hoisin pork, and I got a side of stir-fry vegetables. Now, with this, you can also get a sauce. Now, normally you do like a Korean barbecue, but I'm a big fan of chimichurri, which is the sauce that they have here. You also get the pita along with it. So this stuff is absolutely incredible. And let's just go ahead. I'm going to come up to the camera. Look at this beautiful just piece of meat. It is so good, so flavorful. Here I will say it can be a little bit on the drier side, but it is just so full of flavor that it's just almost worth it. And especially since you get sauce with it, it can be absolutely delicious. So in the stir-fry vegetables, they got squash, zucchini, onions, carrots, and it's got a bunch of seasoning on it. It looks like peppers. I know it's definitely got some oil, maybe some butter on it, so definitely not the quote healthiest option, but at least, you know, vegetables. When you're gonna get grilled, sauteed vegetables like this at a theme park, so. And they're absolutely wonderful. I love getting this. There's another restaurant very similar to Grain and Grill that we'll definitely also check out as well, that also has something very similar to this. Here, even try a little bit of chimichurri sauce while we're at it. That's really nice. That's really nice. And one of the best places, and a lot of locals that come to this park will tell you, one of the best places to eat here is Grain and Grill. So Kaylee over here got the shrimp with potatoes.
It's really good. This is one of my favorites, only because I'm from Maryland, so seafood's my thing. But yeah, this stuff is really good. Dang.
And she got the potatoes with it as well.
These potatoes are some really good stuff, so.
As mentioned, we are now in Italy, which is the final stop of the bunch of restaurants and shops located right at the front of the park here on International Street. Also, if we haven't mentioned this already, you can kind of see by where we're filming, you can actually eat and just chillax here with some good music, along with some beautiful fountains. So it is pretty scenic and iconic here at Kings Dominion, and it's very, very relaxing. But our final stop here is the Pizza Parlor. It is a typical pizza restaurant, but there is some unique stuff here too on occasion. So we're gonna go ahead and take a slice here at Pizza Parlor. So right here is the pizza from the Pizza Parlor. This is actually personally my favorite pizza slice to get. There's another place that we'll kind of mention, but I think there's a little bit more cool stuff to get there compared to getting the pizza. So I would recommend coming to the Pizza Parlor if you want your pizza fix. So you got a slice of pizza. It's actually really handmade. You can even see kind of the crust. It's definitely kind of a hand-tossed pizza, which is really nice actually, so it's not just a typical standard pizza. I gotta address the elephant in the room. We may have mentioned it before, but this is a theme park. You're not getting the best prices. This is $16.99 for one slice and 2 breadsticks. That is a lot, I'm not going to lie. Granted, it's just as much as going to stadium park food. And even a full pizza pie, a large one, I think it's about a 14-inch pizza, maybe 16-inch, is $55, but that comes with, I think, 4 breadsticks. Still, that's a lot. However, there is a way to actually make your day much better, especially if you want to have multiple meals without breaking your wallet. And I recommend, if you're getting a day ticket here, get the all-day meal plan. That is where you eat a meal for 90 minutes straight, all day, and it's $35. If you want to drink with that, that's an extra $11 added to that. So for $35, you can eat every single, you can eat a meal all day for at least 90 minutes. So I recommend that. If you get a season pass, then it's an extra $100 for the all-season dining plan. So that one is definitely more expensive. However, you get in the season pass, you're coming here more often. But like I said, if you want to kind of save some money in your wallet, trust me, $16.99, if you're going to eat more than once, it's going to add up. I definitely recommend getting a meal plan. But with all that dialogue out of the way, let's go ahead and actually get into it. So we've kind of nibbled a little bit already, but this is the breadstick that comes with it. When these are fresh, they are really nice. It's got like a garlic butter latted on top, and so the way it's cooked, it's actually crispy on the outside, but very fluffy on the inside. Besides that, I got the pepperoni pizza. Right now, the pizza parlor, they're just doing the regular cheese and pepperoni, but you get some good hefty pepperoni on here. So let's go ahead and take a bite. For me, this is like the perfect ratio of a pizza. So you got the tomato sauce with the cheese. There's even some herbs on there too. I'm assuming it's probably partially by looking at it too. So the crust is just a little bit crispy on the bottom too. So it's a pretty decent pizza. If you're a pizza person, I recommend coming to Pizza Parlor, but this is good. On to the next restaurant. Over here on the right side of the Eiffel Tower is one of 2 locations where you can get Rita's Iced Custard Happiness. Technically 3 if the one in the water park is open. But yeah, you can get your typical Rita stuff here with gelatos, which are always fun to get on occasion. But it is a third-party system, so we will be checking it later out, especially since there's actually one by my house now. Our next restaurant takes us down here into Planet Snoopy for Firehouse Barbecue. If you're looking to get your barbecue fix in the park, this is where you come to. It's definitely more southern style, although they have a Texas brisket in here. But this is very unique. This opened up last year. It actually used to be a Chick-fil-A. So this restaurant's kind of unique in its theme. So a barbecue feast awaits us here. Kaylee loves her pulled pork. And how is this pulled pork for you?
It is really good.
So here, it's just like most of the other Cedar Fair parks. You get your 1 entree and 1 side. It comes with cornbread. We also decided to get dessert because the dessert here is absolutely incredible. It is really delicious. Brian and I really love the banana pudding. We also have a peanut butter brownie kind of mesh little thing.
Brownie. That's a loaded brownie.
It's a loaded brownie, excuse me. But yeah, that stuff is really good as well. So the sides, you got potato wedges, green beans, sweet corn, and both Kaylee and Brian got the potato wedges.
They're good.
Brian got the brisket, as Kaylee got the pulled pork. I got the smoked sausage. The only other thing that you can get here is the chicken tenders. And they're just the standard hand-breaded chicken tenders. They have their house-made tangy barbecue sauce, and then this is the Heinz barbecue sauce. So this is the jalapeno cheddar smoked sausage. It is really, really good. I'm also a big fan of green beans, and these are absolutely extraordinary. Very southern style. All this here is just southern style barbecue. Yeah, this is really good. So if you want to come to the park and you want some barbecue, this is some good stuff, y'all. Oh, I'm in heaven. Oh my gosh, the smell of Firehouse. It just, the whole aroma of the smoked meats that you can smell is just... If you stroll your way on down on Candy Apple Grove, you'll find yourself on Victoria's Pizza. This actually just got a renovation for the 2024 season. It used to be only a pizza place, but now they have a little bit more to offer. Let's go check it out and enjoy your time here at Victoria's Pizza. This year it actually got an extensive renovation and a new menu, and it's got a more Italian flavor. So they got pasta, and they also have what they're calling a piadina. And it's basically got sausage, marinara sauce, cheese, all wrapped up in some sort of pastry. It also comes with 2 breadsticks and marinara sauce as well. So I'm gonna try the breadsticks off first, which are really warm. They don't have a crisp for them, but they are very, very fluffy. So I think I'm actually, for this one, I'm just gonna fork and knife it. Here, I'll go to the middle so we can get a cross section here. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So let's go ahead and take a bite. This is my personal favorite thing to get here. This is just filled to the brim with just amazing stuff, and it is really, really tasty. So as much as good as the other stuff is here, like pizza and pasta, I highly recommend getting the piadina because it is really, really delicious. Brian here got the baked pasta. You can either add a meatball or not add a meatball, it's up to you. Now, I think if I recall, and Brian can correct me on this, that the meatball is upcharged if you're just buying it as it is, but on the meal plan, it is not an upcharge.
Yeah, that seems to be accurate.
This is really good, and I've had it before. It's really tasty. My favorite, as you have seen, is the piadina. It is just super, super delicious. Right next to Victoria's Pizzas, you got a Conga Ice. Right next to it is a Grove cold beer. So if you're looking for some more adult beverages, mainly on the beer side of things. And then right behind it is a Boardwalk Fries Shack. And once again, it's a third-party vendor, but it's mainly meant in the Mid-Atlantic. That's where you normally see the shacks. It's just fries, chicken tenders, and all that good stuff. Over here on the backside of Candy Apple Grove, right adjacent to the drop tower, is Appel Ida's funnel cakes. Now, I prefer the funnel cake place at World's Greatest. However, here you gotta get the classic fried Oreo cookies. Now, if the other funnel cake place isn't open, definitely come here to get your funnel cake fix. They are really good, but the fried Oreos here, they slap. Here we go, digging into some fried Oreo. This is the fried Oreo sundae. And Brian opted to get chocolate ice cream. You also get some whipped cream, it looks like, with it. How's the Oreo?
Man, this is the sweetest thing I've ever tasted in my life.
It really is. But for some reason, these are just a classic thing at an American amusement park. I personally haven't had a fried Oreo in a long time. Man, those are delicious. If you want your fried Oreo fixins, I recommend to come to Appel Ida's. They even have an apple pie funnel cake to pay homage to the fact that we're in Candy Apple Grove, which is why it's also called Appel Ida's. So we've been doing a lot of stuff in the dry park, but if you know Kings Dominion, they have a water park that is free with admission into the park. So we might as well check out the food locations here because there are some that are actually worth checking out. Even if you're not here to enjoy the water park, I highly recommend coming down here and checking out some of the food locations in here if you're trying to get a good bite to eat. So let's go check it out. So the first location that you will come to over here in the water park is going to be Surfer Joe's Snack Shack. I'll be honest, I haven't seen this one run in quite some time, but usually they have like chicken sandwiches or chicken tenders, maybe some hot dogs. They used to have po' boys here back in the day, but I haven't seen this open in quite some time. But this is the kind of the first location as you enter, because you enter over here and it's just kind of tucked away. This is where the former tornado slide used to be, so that's kind of why this was kind of a poppin' area. And speaking of poppin', you got the Dippin' Dots location stand here. You can get your typical Dippin' Dots fix. And then right over here is Rita's. So this is the other Rita's location that is in the water park specifically. So if you need to get your gelati fix, here's the Rita's for that, right at the front of the park. As you make yourself further down into the water park, you have a kind of the main eatery in a sense that you'll always find open down here at Soak City. Sharky's, which we're going to check out now. This is where you find your typical chicken sandwiches, chicken tenders, burgers, and there's a wrap as well. And over here, this is where you get your Coke refresh station as well. So let's go ahead and check it out real quick. So I went with the chicken wrap just because it's a little bit more unique, and it's pretty enjoyable actually. It's one of my things to get here too. They use the hand-breaded chicken tenders, and then they put it in the wrap along with some lettuce, tomato, and ranch, and bacon as well. And I really enjoyed it here. So if you are in the water park and you maybe want something similar, or maybe this is the only restaurant open, I recommend going with this. It is really, really tasty. We have made it to the far end of the water park for Beach Street. It is a very scenic location here in the back of the water park with multiple food trucks for you to choose. Unfortunately, at least on this visit, only Paradise Pizza is open, so we're gonna check that out for you in just a second. So the two trucks right here, first got Sandbar truck, which is basically, like I said, it is a bar. This is where you get all your alcohol fixins, all your adult beverages, if that's what you're looking for. Paradise Pizza right here, that's where you have a bunch of different flatbread pizzas. This is actually the only part of the park that you can get flatbread style pizza if the regular sliced pizza is not your thing. And they usually have some more different options. Usually sometimes they'll have like adobo chicken. I've seen that before. Right now they have the Hawaiian, which you're actually going to check out. So we'll check that out here in just a second. We're going to go take a look at the other food locations. this truck is personally my favorite, Beachside Bowls. This is one of my favorite joints in the whole park of King's Dominion. It is a bunch of different oriental dishes with rice. You got teriyaki chicken, orange chicken. My personal favorite is the Korean beef and broccoli bowl. It is absolutely spectacular, and it's one of my favorite dishes here. But they do have a vegetable garlic sesame noodle bowl as well. They also have some dumplings, so this is my personal favorite truck here. The other truck that they got here that I also really like is the Captain's Catch. They have a battered fish and chips, and that logo that you see right there, that's actually how it is. It's like half a fish that's been beer battered. It is really, really good. Along with the steak and cheese hoagie, that is also very, very tasty. I think I've had the hot dog with cheese sauce here before. I cannot remember, but still, all things are really good here. So whichever you're looking for, if you want to look for something a little bit more feeling like you're at a tropical vibe like Captain's Catch with the fish and chips, or if you want something really tasty like some beachside bowls, or if you're looking to get your pizza fix over here at Paradise Pizza. And then once again, over here is the Coke refresh station for where you get your beverages. So we here now trying the Hawaiian pizza at Pizza Paradise. Now look, I am not here to debate pineapple on pizza. If you don't like it, you don't like it. There is pepperoni pizza and cheese pizza. They used to have an adobo chicken, but that seems to be not here at the moment, so maybe just kind of go in and out through phases. But this is actually a flatbread compared to the other pizzas in the park, which are just a regular. And I remember really liking this, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the piece ready, and then we'll get back to what I think. All right. Personally, when it comes to pizza, I do prefer just the kind of this traditional triangular shape, but flatbreads are really good. And so, I mean, it's between this or Pizza Parlor. If you want something good, I mean, even if you're not here to enjoy the water park at King's Dominion, you can get in here for free. So you're more than welcome to come and take advantage of the food stuff down here, because there's some really good food options here. So I decided to go with the special and went with the country fried steak. Comes with gravy, or you don't have to get it with gravy. And the sides that I got are the classic seasoned veggies. They're just roasted in garlic butter. Got some herbs on it too. Really delicious stuff. We're gonna just go right into this. Cheers. Country fried steak isn't my go-to thing, or chicken fried steak. I've heard it called both ways, but it's not my thing, but this is pretty decent. And if it's something that you like, then I'm sure you'll enjoy this. They used to have chicken pot pie back in the day, however, they do not as of recording this. But the other things they have there, as you've seen, are a smash burger, fried chicken sandwich, and they have some interesting sides. So not only do they have the veggies, but they do have Alfredo mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and fried onion rings. So some good stuff. It's like classic diner comfort food. We are now in Jungle Expedition for the main restaurant. There are some other food restaurants here, but the main one that you're probably going to want to go to is Outpost Cafe. This, like Grain and Grill, is definitely the peak top tier quality food that you can get. They got a lot of unique food options in the terms of that you won't find at another theme park. There's some sirloin beef, there's some chicken. So let's go in and get a bite to eat. So I got the grilled citrus chicken with roasted vegetables. That is kind of my go-to here. Yeah, they give you a whole half a chicken. It is absolutely absurd. I got a roasted garlic sauce. Kaylee's go-to here is the shrimp with potatoes, and then Brian's is the rotisserie beef. We will go out and say that, unfortunately, recording this of the 2024, the food has been a little bit of a downgrade compared to what it has in the past. For instance, it used to be a whole slice of prime rib, but how is the beef? Is it still
strong,
decent, or is it just
strong, but it's much drier than it used to be?
Okay. It may have also just been the cut too, because obviously they roasted in the oven, so it could have just been unlucky. It seemed like you also got the end of the sirloin itself rather than the middle piece, so it could be more juicier in the middle. But it just all depends on when you come here. Her shrimp used to be fried shrimp, and now it is grilled. So depending on, she preferred her fried shrimp, so that's just more of a preference. However, that still looks really good with all the spices on as well, and of course you get the potato wings. Also, do not sleep on this Peruvian fried bread. It slaps. Also, the desserts are really good. They have a pineapple upside down cake. and it is absolutely delicious. So even though it is what we call a downgrade from what we're used to, this is still top quality tier food that you can get at a park. This stuff is just absolutely, especially these vegetables, which is a bunch of squash and other color greens as well. And it is, oh man, it is really good. This chicken looks really juicy, y'all. Like I said, it's a downgrade from a 10 out of 10, but it's still like an 8.5 to a 9 out of 10. The steak that I actually just tried from Brian, it is on the dry side, but it's the same exact seasonings that they use for their prime rib, and it was really good. So it still tastes really good. And the spice on the shrimp, it's got a kick to it, so it's really spicy. But I also got the garlic aioli, like the chili garlic. I want to try it on its own. That's real nice. That's real nice. Ooh. That's going to be really good on the chicken. This is some good dining here. Time for this amazing pineapple upside down cake. It's like my personal favorite dessert. That is just so good. It's so moist too. You wouldn't expect that at a theme park, but that's just so good. So Outpost is over here, but right across from Jungle X is Jungle Market Eatery. What you're about to see now is, let's say you do want your typical amusement park fare. The next two restaurants are basically going to counter that. Here we got our burger place. We're about to try a burger. Up next will be Chicken Shack, which will have chicken tenders and some other fried chicken joints, which is really, really good. And then here we got some burgers. And normally we'll see if they usually have the specialty burger. Like last year they had a chorizo queso burger, which was kind of cool. But here I'm just going to go get a classic burger, and let's go check it out. All right, so this is the burger here. It's almost like a quarter-pound burger, so it's pretty hefty. So it comes just on its own. It's a cheeseburger. So all the fixings you see here is kind of how I like my burger, but they have a whole fixing bar. So that's what's unique about Cedar Fair, is that they have a whole fixing bar where you can choose what you want. They have condiments like ketchup, mayo, mustard, just the typicals, but then they have tomatoes, lettuce, onions, pickles, and jalapenos. They do come with fries, and these ones are really, really crispy. We'll go ahead and take a shot on this burger. One other thing to note, I'm normally not talking about drinks, but at the Freestyle they had a peach flavored Coke going on right now. Very fascinating to say the least. We'll go ahead and chow down with this humongous burger. And these are definitely the largest burgers that you will get here. See, the funny thing is, this place, especially for a King's Menu place, has always been a hit or miss. But I've always found these burgers, especially recently, to be pretty decent. But that's also because, at least for me, the ratio of everything on here just works out wonders. And the fries that come with it are really good. So once again, if you're looking for just kind of the classic amusement park food, this is pretty decent. And you get to pick what you want on it, so it's kind of enjoyable. So let's go try the other big staple of food that you normally will have at an amusement park. Over here, adjacent to the exit of Anaconda, is Chicken Shack. And just as the word says, best chicken in the park. But we'll go say it's the best fried chicken. We're gonna go ahead and get the main thing here, which I really wanna show you guys, and that is the chicken tenders. However, if you wanna try something a little bit more daring, get the Nashville hot chicken sandwich to spice up your life. It is a house-made Nashville hot sauce that they use for here. But we're gonna go ahead, get the chicken tenders, because trust me, if you want something more classic of a traditional amusement park, you're gonna wanna check this out. So this is the main thing that I wanted to check out. If you have a kid that still wants the typical chicken tenders, or you yourself just want chicken tenders, you're in luck here, because they have hand-breaded chicken tenders here. So you get 3 tenders with a basket of fries, and these fries are actually pretty good. They are a little bit soggy, but they just have a little bit of crisp to them. And whatever oil they use, I don't know, it's just very flavorful. So these are really good. We'll go ahead, dig into our chicken tenders. They hand bread them right there. Sometimes you can watch it, and they are just so good. While these tenders are really good, you obviously got to enhance it with some good condiments, ketchup and honey mustard, but these are just really good tenders. So we're over here by Waterfall too, so you can either eat over here, or there's another patio over by Anaconda that you can eat it at. But oh yeah, it's so good. Right behind me here is what is called the Parched Pig. This came here back in 2019 and is the main tavern of the park. This is where, if you like adult beverages, they have a lot of different taps and beers. They do have some wine selections, but no real heavy drinks, but it's just mainly like an actual tavern, so there's just a lot of stuff on tap to try out. There is some snacks here as well, like a pretzel and popcorn if you really need that after having some drinks. Once again, I'm not trying anything because that's not my cup of tea, but if you're into that, this is where I recommend to check out. There's a lot of great stuff, a lot of local crafts as well. They'll list it as here as well. There's some other stuff, there's more than just this, there's a bunch of it, but definitely recommend checking out if this is what you're into. Now over here on International Street on the Germany side is the world's greatest funnel cakes. This is where you want to save up to either in the beginning or at the end of the night when it's all said and done and you just want a classic amuse park funnel cake. And even though it's a tacky sign, it really means it when these are the world's greatest funnel cakes. So come along with me, let's go ahead and end it out here by having a funnel cake at world's greatest funnel cakes. You can either choose, can choose a sauce, ice cream. You can, it's either chocolate sauce or strawberry sauce. And with the ice cream, it's either vanilla ice cream, chocolate, swirl, or instead of ice cream, you can offer whipped cream. And it is really good. I think, in my opinion, it lives up to world's greatest funnel cake. This stuff is so good. But here we go, we gotta combine them. For all that we've eaten today, we might as well just finish it out.
Tradition for tradition's sake.
And of course, as mentioned earlier, right behind me is the candy shop with the famous candy apples at King's Dominion. They're absolutely good. And a great treat for the whole family and to snack on as well. It's really good. One restaurant I forgot to note is the Auntie Anne's. This is another third-party venue that you can find, especially at a lot of different malls, and I think there's a couple of just shops there, but they do have an Auntie Anne's here at King's Dominion. It's got your typical stuff that you normally find at Auntie Anne's, so we didn't try it because it is a third-party venue, but if this is what you're looking for, then just like Cinnabon, if that's what you're wanting,
yep,
that's where you can come get some Auntie Anne's. Another place over here in Planet Super that we didn't get to try out, but it's a third-party vendor, but it's really unique to the Virginia area. This place actually got started up in Richmond, Virginia, and it's all, you can find locations in Virginia. I've yet to see them outside of the state, so comment if you know of a Sweet Frog in your location. But if you're unaware of what Sweet Frog is, it is a build your own frozen yogurt. So they have a bunch of different flavors of frozen yogurt and then you get to put a bunch of toppings on, and the price is based upon weight. This is right in front of the Woodstock Express wooden coaster over here in Planet Snoopy. So besides Firehouse, this is the main kind of eatery. They also do have some smoothies here, some coffee or hot cocoa and tea if that's what you're preferred as well. But this is a great place to get a snack for the little ones. The final third-party vendor I'd like to talk about is Boardwalk Fries. This is another one that started out at Ocean City, Maryland, and it's kind of worked its way around the Mid-Atlantic. It's another third-party venue, but once again, you get some bucket of fries, some chicken tenders, you even have a corn dog, and there's 5 locations throughout the park. You have this one, there's actually 2 others nearby in Candy Apple Grove, and then you got one over in Old Virginia, and then one in the water park if you're needing your just regular fry fixins. If you are using the meal plan, however, you can only get the chicken tender basket and the corn dog basket here. However, the fries do come with the basket, but still, not my personal place, because once again, I prefer going to the true park stuff. But if you do want to try a third-party vendor, because this is more unique to the local area, might as well give it a shot. It's some good stuff though. You ain't gonna go wrong with this stuff. Well, that's gonna do it for a interesting video on eating at every single restaurant, or at least try to. There's a couple that we missed. However, we are satisfied enough because we did all the main restaurants. The only one we really missed was the Fountain and Floats, which is right over here because it was closed early on. But other than that, this should at least give you a whole representation of what you can expect when coming here and all the amazing and unique foods. And I say unique because you're not going to find this at most amusement parks, and it's really special.
Really
so
not.
Definitely something that we recommend.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Our favorite place is Grain and Grill. She loves the shrimp there, and I love the sirloin steak. Although Outpost is really close as well, especially with all the thematic elements. But everything is really good.
Firehouse is also good as well.
Firehouse also has some really good barbecue. But if you do just want the traditional amusement park fixings, they have it really good here as well.
They really do.
With the hand-breaded chicken tenders, good burgers, and then really good funnel cakes as well. So if you're looking for that too, there you go. We also didn't get to try the excavator taters, but that is where you can get the fresh cut fries, and usually they can be loaded too. And that's where you can also get your hot dog fixings if you want to have a hot dog. And they even have like a barbecue loaded pulled pork hot dog, which is really cool as well. But
yeah, unfortunately we haven't seen them open.
it is what it is what it is. But we've eaten there before, so if I have any footage spared around, I'll post right here. If not, it is what it is, and hopefully if you're here you get to check it out. But anyways, that's gonna do it all. Hope you guys enjoyed this interesting video. I probably won't eat for 5 days straight, but it is what it is.
We ate a lot.
Thank you guys so much for watching this interesting video. If this is your first time stumbling across this channel and you find yourself enjoying the video, please give this video a big old thumbs up, as this helps the channel out greatly. And why not? You might have hit subscribe. It's just one click and that's all it is. It helps the channel out greatly and I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, roller coaster fanatics, keep coasting.